Harvard is the wealthiest university in the world, but as graduate students, we don't really see that.
None of us have any savings. None of us have any retirement. None of us here, despite attending the wealthiest university in the entire world, make a living wage. Right now, I make $26,000, in fact, which qualifies me for SNAP benefits in the state of Massachusetts. Harvard's offer was to bring me to $29,000 by the year 2029, which still qualifies me for SNAP benefits.
A lot of students have to either take on second jobs outside the university, which is something international students can't do, or they're constantly trying to find external funds to support their way through this program at a university that has an endowment of $52 billion. Which is really an unacceptable situation.
We're on strike. We will keep this strike going into commencement. We will keep this strike going until next fall if we need to, because we are out here to fight for our workers. We need a livable wage. We need harassment, discrimination, and bullying protections, protections for our non-citizen and disabled workers.
The Harvard Corporation has really not stood up in a way that we'd like to see to the Trump administration.
About a year ago, the Trump administration did the SCVP revocation. This was one of the biggest deportation threats on a unionized workforce, I think perhaps in this country. That was here on campus. One thing that we are fighting for is expanded ICE protections so that workers don't have this constant fear of being deported or detained at their workplaces.
Harvard definitely does claim they're standing up to Trump. Even before some of the more formal and most aggressive attacks from the federal government came, Harvard actually kind of pre-capitulated to some of these demands by, for example, when it comes to issues around talking about Israel and Palestine, they fired the two leaders of the Center for Middle Eastern Studies.
Quietly, what they've done is they've actually accepted a lot of these measures, right? They have gutted the Women's Center, they've gutted a lot of diversity offices, they've fired people in the process.
They have totally removed any previous contract language for protections against sexual assault and harassment, as well as discrimination.
We are fighting for concrete protections that makes it so that Harvard is not just going to capitulate to Trump, and that we workers have a say in what our working conditions are, regardless of the administration's relationship to Trump.
I'm a senior. If the strike continues, I acknowledge that I may not get all my grades back. I may not be able to, have certain aspects of my diploma fulfilled. But to me, that matters so much less than my teachers and my friends and my research assistants who are on the picket line, who are striking, get their demands met.
Harvard is, the richest, one of the most prestigious universities in the world, right? And even they don't provide good working conditions for their workers, right? And the only thing that's moving them to do so is the workers themselves.
This Harvard is our Harvard. It's the Harvard of the graduate students, the faculty, the undergrads, the custodial staff, the librarian staff. And Harvard only works because we do. And Harvard needs to come to the table and negotiate with us so that we can have the protections we deserve.